Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we are going to be talking about Void of the New World, but today we're going to be locked in the new world. We're going to be talking about stuff that the future holds for us and that could take over the world for, the future that we are creating. Now, again, like I said in, last video, if I do any mistakes or, say anything that's wrong, not theory or whatever, please let me know. I can't guarantee I'll fix it, but I'll try my best for future videos and editing and stuff, as well as glitches, me messing up and stuff like that. Awkward silences, I will try to, fix those, but if I can't, I just can't. So just bear with me on that. But today's video, we're going to be locked in the new world. So let's get started.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world gone bad.
Okay, first topic, that definitely not least topic, it's not the last one, but it's the first one, is VR and AR and how it's going to change our lives. First, Apple Vision Pro. Now, Apple earlier this year in June released the Apple Vision Pro, a brand new way to see your spatial area, stuff like that.
When you put on Apple Vision Pro, you see your world and everything in it. Your favorite apps live right in front of you, but now they're in your space. This is Vision OS, Apple's first ever spatial operating system. It's familiar, yet groundbreaking. You navigate with your eyes.
I love Apple. I'm an Apple fanatic. I just, Steve Jobs, okay? Just Steve Jobs. That's Apple. Now, Apple made Apple Vision Pro, which is kind of like a new approach. Now, Apple has, been definitely in controversy the past couple, months, but it's kind of like Apple is failing. Now, it's not Apple Video, but Apple is kind of like declining. Now, iPhone sales can go down anytime now. They have been, and they might just go into the pits. Now, Apple is trying to make stuff in like Apple Vision Pro to go in the new world. It's like the new iPhone. They're sucking you in. They want you to make it, the brand new thing. It's so expensive too. Not a lot of people are going to buy it. It's $3,400. Like, that's a lot of money. And I don't think everyone's going to, save up $3,400 and be like, let me buy an Apple Vision Pro. But like the iPhone, it's going to go down and somewhat up in price. There's going to be a pro version. There's not going to be a pro version. It's going to be kind of like the new, when the iPhone came out, it was super expensive for at the time. I think it was like $700. That was like, oh god, that's pretty expensive. And then it started going down and down. And then there's pro models for people who wanted that, big price. So, iPhone 8 Plus, and then we have the iPhone 15 Pro. It's like, they're doing stuff to make you, for every demographic, and that's how they make the most money. Now, VR and AR is kind of like the new iPhone. Virtual reality is a virtual reality. It's not real. It could be real, but it's not, real. You can be in a unicorn universe and see unicorns, eating marshmallows. I don't know. And then augmented reality is just a reality that's augmented, kind of like changed, but it's still your reality. That's what Apple Vision Pro is doing. It's an AR, VR, whatnot, trying to make you be in your real world, also have tech in it. And that's how they get you, because it's like an iPhone. You're sucked in your iPhone all day. You're staring at that screen and you won't get off of it. It's how they get you. And the Apple Vision Pro, you'll definitely not get off of it, because you're going to still see your real world, start to talk with people, and turn off your, video if you're watching something and you can see someone. And then they can't see you, or you just can't see them. It's like, it's a whole, it's like changing your senses of sight and, audio and hearing. So that's definitely interesting. Now, VR and AR are definitely going to, people think, take over the world. It's going to give you better advantages in the industry. Say if you are manufacturing something, you can see how to manufacture it. Or when you're like building an origami, you can watch a video of someone building origami to your top right, but then you're building on the your bottom left, and then it'll say, oh, you're doing that wrong, go back and do that. And it's like if you're working out, it's like Peloton, or like magic mirrors, or not magic mirrors, but those mirrors that you work out with. I'll put a picture up, and it's like a virtual person there trying to teach you to work out. It's kind of like, Apple Vision Pro might have that, like, Peloton might make an app and with Apple and make a whole new reality of you working out. It's definitely interesting. And as well as it will help you for, like, if you're going in a DMV and you're taking a driving test, or you just want to do extreme sports, or play soccer, but that's virtual, but it still uses your movement to kick the ball, or stuff like you can look at a new car, you could preview a new car, you can go in the interior and sit down in your chair in your house and be like, whoa, it's kind of this, I'm like in a new car, and then you hear the sounds, maybe even in the future feel the wind, and then hear the radio, how the radio is, what stations there are. And it's not really a big deal breaker, but how the gas mileage is, how electric, and how efficient it is. Kind of like the last video we're talking about climate change. Go watch that. And stuff like that. It's like, it's crazy how your life is gonna be altered, and it's gonna look way different. And just something that, you pay $3,400 in, and just everything changes. That's so odd, but it's so cool. That's AR and VR. Next, we're going to be talking about Mark Zuckerberg. I'm joking, but we are going to talk about the Metaverse. Now, the Metaverse is a whole thing. It's virtual reality with like the Meta Quest and stuff, and it's a whole like reality. Now, in theory, there's only one Metaverse. It's the term that's like a digital universe. You could play with people in like a sandbox, where you can just kind of do anything. You could meet people. It's just like, it's crazy, and it's going to be definitely a different feeling. Now, the Metaverse is created so, we can explore, new worlds and stuff like that. And when, COVID happened, it's kind of like, that was definitely something that's like, you're in your own like space, but even though everything's shut down and you can't go to that certain space that you want to, but you can with your MetaQuest headset. And it's kind of like, that's when when investors started pouring billions into the whole topic, which is crazy. Before the whole pandemic happened, VR and AR wasn't really a thing. It was definitely something that's like, okay, this could be definitely our future. And then it happened, and we were all like, what? It's like, how can you do that? Like, it was like, definitely interesting, and then it kind of let down because it sounded like crazy. And then Apple Vision Pro came out, and then it changed everything. It's not even released yet, but it just goes without saying, like, many of our lives could just be transformed in a fake world, and you can be in your own home and be in Japan. I don't know. Poor Japan nowadays. Now, one thing is people's attention span, ever since the iPhone came out, has gone down. And with the Metaverse, it's kind of like your attention span is there, but you're in the Metaverse. Okay, you're in a different world. You're still in the world you're living, and then you can be on your phone on technology. It's so weird. It's like texting from a texting on a virtual phone in your like a virtual world. It's like, it makes it so real, and that kind of like makes you sucked in, and you don't really need an attention span, just your own world. You're discovering stuff, and it's like you can experience like stuff that you can't, you can go to on a flight. Like, you can go to, I don't know, go see some penguins in Antarctica, or go to, Switzerland and see the mountains, but you can just, see that all in the Metaverse. And it's kind of like a crazy topic. It's very interesting and, very cool, definitely. Now, something I did do a video on, Mysterious World of AI, right down here. I talked about AI and how AI might take over our world. Now, definitely a theory is AI will take over the world. People think it might. So, overnight, I think last year, like a couple months ago, back in 2023, people woke up one day and AI was all over the place. Chat GPT, for example. I mean, when I saw it happen, I mean, I saw everything like arise and come about. But it's like AI is gonna get so strong. It's gonna be like robots. It's just they're gonna get like so advanced, and they're gonna know what to do and like how to do stuff. It's gonna be like so like odd, and that people can maybe not even work anymore. They'll just be robots everywhere, and then only like some people will work to just supervise the robots. It's gonna be like robots are gonna be us, and then we are gonna be the people, like quote unquote slaves, taking care of them, and then they can take over anytime. We won't be a dominated species. They will. I mean, it's not even the real person. It's a fake robot. It's like AI and like the whole artificial intelligence. It's kind of like, oh god, it's scary because one day we can wake up and our whole world is on fire because some robot is like pew pew pew. It's like movies. It's like sci-fi, and the Matrix didn't really have that, I think, but kind of like the Matrix, and it's a big deal, and it's definitely something that we had to look out for as people that make sure they don't dominate us. Last but definitely a big theory, that we're living in a life simulation. Yes, kind of like The Sims. We're living in a simulation that everything is meant to be. Now, a lot of times I can walk through a park and then fall. Okay, that was meant to be. Someone was in my mind controlling me and saying fall, and I fell. Like, I mean, like what? How? It's so weird, and it's kind of like the whole theory is like simulation theory is like we are all likely living in an extreme powerful computer program directed by an entity outside of our physical comprehension, kind of like goddesses and gods, kind of like that. It's like a higher power. It's like, oh, it's scary. It's like in this situation humans are not even necessary, and real things happen, but they're all controlled, and they were meant to be. Like you seeing someone down the street saying hi, like that, you were supposed to do that. What in another universe, like what do you say bye? It's like, oh, it's like something's hiding. The government's hiding something, and I don't know what they are. The ocean, the sea levels rising, was that meant to be? I don't know. It's like it can relieve off some of your things, but also not, because it's like, okay, if the sea levels are rising, everything happens for a reason. Why is it doing that? Like, yes, global warming, but in the backstory, why is global warming happening? And then why do people make that happen? And then it's like, you keep going. It's like, okay, no one did that. Someone's doing all of that down the line. It's like scary, but also at the same time, it's kind of like makes sense. I mean, it makes sense how we're just living in a world that someone's controlling with joysticks, but not really. I mean, there's stuff like, the Matrix and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's very unlikely that we are because of science and stuff, but I mean, you never know. Stuff probably is meant to be, and I don't know. It's like we're all hypnotized, and we're all people that we're listening, and we're doing stuff that we should, because someone in the higher power is like, you do that or you do this. That's I think what they would sound like. And it's like, yeah, it's a whole big theory, and it's definitely a lot to talk about, but that is definitely interesting. All right, thank you guys so much for watching Void in the New World in this whole series, or Locked in the New World, today's video. I love doing this stuff, and it's always so fun, and I can't wait for all of you to see what's in the foreseeable future. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Go watch Void in the New World if you haven't yet. I can't believe the series is over, but I love doing it. Of course, our future is definitely going to be an interesting one. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.